Welcome back. In Part 29, we covered managing context in large code-base exploration. Quick recap before we move on. When you do context degradation analysis early, you get specific, accurate findings. When you let context fill up without intervention, responses become vague and reference typical patterns instead of actual code. When you delegate exploration to subagents, the main agent gets concise summaries. When you read all files in the main agent, context fills with verbose output and decision quality drops. When you use the compact command proactively, you compress verbose conversation history and free context for new work. When you ignore degradation signals, the session keeps deteriorating. When you export structured state manifests, multi-hour investigations survive session crashes. Without persistence, a crash loses everything. When you summarize between phases, downstream agents get clean, focused context. When you pass raw tool output forward, you fill every downstream agent's context unnecessarily. If this video helped you prepare for the exam, please give it a like and subscribe. Today we cover human review routing, confidence calibration, stratified sampling, and feedback loops. Think of an airport security scanner. It flags bags for manual inspection. If it flags every bag, the line is impossibly long. If it flags none, it misses threats. Good calibration flags the right bags, enough to catch threats without overwhelming inspectors. The same principle applies to AI extraction systems. No AI system is 100% accurate. Even with structured output, validation, and few-shot examples, some extractions will be wrong. Human review is the safety net. But human time is expensive. The goal is to route only the cases that need human judgment to reviewers and auto-accept the rest. The core question is, how do you know which extractions are safe to automate and which need a human? The answer is confidence calibration, and it is harder than it sounds. A system with 97% overall accuracy sounds great. But aggregate metrics mask poor performance on specific segments. Here is the trap. Standard invoices make up 90% of volume at 99.5% accuracy. Handwritten receipts are 7% of volume at just 72% accuracy. Foreign language documents are 3% at 65%. The 97% is dominated by standard invoices. Handwritten receipts and foreign docs are terrible, but hidden. You must validate accuracy by document type and field before automating high-confidence extractions. Never trust a single accuracy percentage. Instead of one confidence score per extraction, have the model output confidence per field. Vendor name at 98% confidence. Invoice date at 95%. Total amount at 92%. Tax amount at 60%. Category at 35%. Now you can route intelligently. Fields with confidence at or above 95% get auto-accepted. Fields between 0.5 and 0.95 go to human review. Fields below 0.5 get flagged as unable to extract. Do not guess. This targeted approach saves human time while catching the uncertain fields that matter. Here is the catch. Model-reported confidence scores are not automatically calibrated. A model might say 0.9 confidence, but be wrong 30% of the time. You need to measure and adjust. Step 1. Create a labeled validation set of 100 or more documents with known correct extractions. Step 2. Run the extraction model on all of them. Step 3. Compare model confidence to actual accuracy. If the model says 0.9 confidence, but is actually correct only 85% of the time, it is overconfident. Step 4. Adjust your thresholds. If your original threshold was auto-accept above 0.9, the adjusted threshold might need to be 0.95 because 0.9 was overconfident. Never trust raw confidence scores. Always calibrate against known ground truth before setting automation thresholds. Even after deployment, you need ongoing quality checks. But simple random sampling has a blind spot. Random 2% sampling across all document types would give you about 18 invoice reviews, 1.4 receipt reviews, and 0.6 foreign doc reviews per day. Almost no coverage of the types that need the most review. Stratified sampling fixes this. Standard invoices at 90% of volume get sampled at 2%, about 18 reviews per day. Handwritten receipts at 7% get sampled at 15%, about 10 reviews. Foreign language docs at 3% get sampled at 30%, about 9 reviews. Total, roughly 37 human reviews per day. Stratified sampling oversamples rare and difficult categories to catch problems where they are most likely to occur. Here is the full workflow from extraction to improvement. First, the model extracts fields with per-field confidence scores. Then routing kicks in. High confidence gets auto-accepted. Medium confidence goes to human review. Low confidence gets flagged as failed. The human reviewer sees the original document, the model's extraction, and the specific fields flagged for review along with their confidence scores. The reviewer corrects or confirms each field. But here is the critical step that most systems miss. Human corrections feed back into 3 systems. 1. The final output gets the corrected values. 2. Calibration data updates the confidence thresholds. 3. Error pattern analysis improves the extraction prompts over time. A system without this feedback loop never gets better. Here are 5 ways to get human review workflows wrong. Each one looks reasonable on the surface, but causes real problems in production. Anti-pattern 1. Relying only on aggregate accuracy metrics. This masks poor performance on specific document types. The consequence is that you think your system is performing well overall, while certain document types fail silently. The fix: always validate accuracy by document type and field separately. Anti-pattern 2. Trusting model confidence without calibration. Models are systematically overconfident. They report higher certainty than their actual accuracy justifies. The consequence is you auto-accept extractions that are actually wrong. The fix: calibrate thresholds with labeled validation sets before deploying automation. Anti-pattern 3. Random sampling without stratification. Simple random sampling undersamples rare and difficult categories. The consequence is you almost never review the document types that fail most often. The fix: use stratified sampling weighted toward difficult types. Anti-pattern 4. Automating all high-confidence extractions immediately. You have not verified accuracy across all segments. The consequence is that high-confidence scores on rare document types may still be wrong. The fix: validate per segment accuracy before automating any high-confidence path. Anti-pattern 5. No feedback loop from human corrections. The system never improves because corrections are not fed back into the pipeline. The consequence is the same errors repeat indefinitely. The fix: use human corrections to update calibration thresholds and improve extraction prompts over time. Here is how to think about this topic on the exam. If the question asks about accuracy metrics, the answer is always validate by document type and field. Never trust a single accuracy percentage. If it asks about confidence scores, field-level scores enable targeted review. But raw scores lie. Always calibrate against labeled validation sets before setting thresholds. If it asks about quality monitoring, simple random sampling misses rare failures. The answer is stratified sampling that oversamples difficult document types. If it asks about the review workflow, route by confidence, auto accept high, human review medium, flag low as failed. The key is per field routing, not whole document decisions. If it asks about system improvement, human corrections must feed back into calibration updates and prompt improvements. The core principle: human time is expensive. Route only the uncertain cases. Calibrate everything. Measure by segment, not in aggregate. A brittle system automates everything and hopes for the best. A robust system knows its limits, routes uncertain cases to humans, calibrates its confidence, and gets better every day through feedback loops. Never trust aggregate accuracy. Never trust raw confidence. Always validate by segment. Always close the feedback loop. Up next in Part 31, Information Provenance and Uncertainty. We will cover how to preserve source attribution when multiple agents synthesize findings, and what to do when sources disagree. See you there.